Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I want to talk about immortality on earth, spiritual story time. So what if God granted you immortality on earth, and you get to live until the world ends? And you also don't get to age. And this is like a spiritual story time. So don't you know that most people wouldn't be able to handle that? Just imagine, right? What will happen to, just imagine what would happen to a lot of people mental health if God gave them that, you know what I'm saying? Immortality on earth until the world ends, basically. So they get to basically live until the very end of the world. A lot of people mental health will be destroyed, man. They will have the fatigue of immortality. Their mental health, you know what I'm saying? They will be fatigued mentally, emotionally, and all types of stuff. Because you got to understand something, right? A lot of people could barely handle the stuff that comes with their current life right now, the stress that comes with their current life right now. So if God added immortality to that, a lot of people couldn't handle that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, mental health is already bad right now. So if God added like immortality to that, a lot of people, don't you see, a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle that. And, a lot of people will get tired of seeing the same stuff because they will they will get used to everything. They will be seeing the same stuff and the same stuff. A lot of people will get tired of that, and a lot of people even view that as a curse because anyone they get close to, they get to live to see them die. And then let's say they, over time, they move on. They try to move on from that. They might, or they might not even be able to move on from that. Let's say they get closer to somebody else. Then they get to live to see that person die. And this and that. And then they keep seeing the same stuff. A lot of people wouldn't be able to handle like immortality on earth being added to them because that's like there will be like thousands and thousands, probably like thousands of years old, you know what I'm saying, living until the very end of the world to see the world end. And a lot of people will see that as a curse is because like it's just the mental health and they just get mentally gonna get drained. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna get emotionally drained from just the repetition and you know what I'm saying? And then like this world is not really like, this world comes with a lot. This world could be stressful already. So they gotta live all those thousands of years on this world. They might really get tired of that. They might really get sick of that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna keep it real. Majority of people, they can't handle that. They'll be sick of this. They'll be sick of it. Their mental health will be destroyed. They'll be fatigued in all types of ways. They will have the fatigue of immortality. I'm talking about they will have the worst mental health of immortality because they get to live and just see so much and go through so much stuff. And then the longer they live, all these thousands of years, they get to go through so much. You know what I'm saying? They get to go through so many experiences. They might get tired of it. They get to go through so much pain from all the stuff they gotta go through and this and that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might view that as a curse because a lot of people, they ain't even gonna be able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? And you got some people out there whereas they can't even make great decisions. So by you adding an immortality to a person who cannot make good decisions, it's like that's an overkill, man. You know what I'm saying? You got people who cannot handle the stress of their current life right now. So by you adding immortality to that, that's another overkill. You know what I'm saying? You got people who already got bad mental health right now. Their mental health is going through it. So by you adding an immortality to their current mental health, man, that's another overkill. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, in my opinion, Heaven is just way better than this earth. It's because in heaven you are surrounded by in heaven you are not surrounded by, you know, the same stuff as in this world. You're not surrounded by all the stress of this world. You're not surrounded by all these problems of this world. You know what I'm saying? And in heaven you're gonna have a new body, you know, so your new body is not going to be able to get sick and have all these problems, you know, headaches and all this extra stuff. So you're going to be free. Just even the new body within itself is a blessing. Because while you're down here on earth, you know, your body getting sick, your body having this problem, that problem, and then, you know, the stress and anxiety, and then this and that, and then the mental health, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that's basically all the points I wanted to talk about, man, like, of like immortality on earth, man. This was just like a little spiritual story time. And let's say let's say a person commits a crime, right? And let's say a person commits a crime and the judge talking about you got life in prison to that person, right? Life in prison, but the judge probably don't even know nothing about you immortal, you know what I'm saying? He don't know you already got immortality, so he gonna give you life in prison. You know, you committed a crime, judge talking about life in prison, but you already got immortality on earth. That's a long time. That's a long time. That's a long time. And that's a lot of suffering. And like, you already know these prisons is nightmares. So that's crazy. And then another thing that could happen, if you had immortality on earth, is that the government probably gonna come after you with their scientists. They're gonna be like, hey, how you immortal? Let's run some tests. What do you mean run some tests?